Well, hello everybody. It's Professor Simon Galton here on a cool and rainy Tuesday with a Touchbase update for Comp 10,019 Network Infrastructure. If I don't have you in one of my in-person classes, let me welcome you back after break week. It's nice to have a little break. I hope you all were able to take time for yourselves last week and put school down for a couple of days. It's always a nice thing to do. But we're back now. And we're coming up onto the end of Module 2. Looking forward to starting Module 3, the group project. Now, where should you be at right now with Module 2? Well, at the very least, you should be almost finished the section on the network devices we find on the network. You need to understand the concept of switches and routers and what they do in the infrastructure as we look towards the project. And then the very last subsection of Module 2, well, it's about the topologies we find in a modern enterprise network. I think the three-tiered model, as I emphasize in the notes, is probably one you should be paying attention to with respect to your project. Probably the best choice. So make sure you understand what that's all about as you move forward. Don't forget that the midterm has to be written by next Friday, so keep that on your schedule, and make sure that you don't leave that to the last minute, etc., etc. I've had that discussion with you before. Now, speaking of the group project, well, that's kicking off real hard right after the second midterm. So by now you should definitely be grouped up with some other folks, a total of 5 people per group, please. Some groups are not full, and as the project kicks off, if your group's not full, I'm going to populate the open spots with folks who have not yet joined groups. So if you want to control with whom you work, first and foremost, make sure that the group you're in is 5 people full. And secondly, if you're not in a group, make sure you find 4 like-minded buds and get together in one so that you can figure out who you're going to be working with. There's a deliverable for the group project that's pretty much right away. So you have to, get busy right away. And in fact, a lot of groups I know, as I can see your communications, are already grouping up, and sitting down together and starting to think about the group project, which is a great idea. Good use of your time right now as things are sort of ramping up into the second half of the semester. This is the part of the semester that does start to get busy though. You have other midterms happening, you have other pieces of work that are due, and what we don't want to have happen is for you to be thinking about this online course as I'll do this later sort of activity, as I cautioned you about when we first got together in the theater way back in September, which seems so long ago now. Make sure you do make time for not just, the actual module consumption and the midterm, but of course the project that's coming up. I'm going to leave it there. I'm sure I'll touch base with you again really soon, maybe probably even this week. But for now, I will let you get back to things, and I will, of course, talk to you later. Bye for now.